This right here is called an internal threaded bolt retainer, and what this does is it's kind of like a nut and a washer put together. So it's very robust on the bottom, but then it's shaved down to be able to go inside of here, and pretty much that helps it lock in there so that it can't rotate. I'm going to end up putting these on my website. We call this an internal threaded bolt retainer. The other series that I have, we call this an external threaded bolt retainer because it goes on the outside. This one goes on the inside. So basically this is a 1/2 inch size. This would be the 3/8. This would be the 5/16. This would be the 1/4. This would be the 10/24 and even the 8/32. They kind of get smaller as they go. You could also do these in metric if you wanted to, and I'll kind of show you where the metric one would really kind of take its play basically. But for this clamp here, because this is a 5/16, we'll pull the 5/16 one out. We will also use the actual short neoprene, the one that they give you in the clamp. So that comes with it. Also the bent washers and the extra nuts. That's all part of the actual clamp. So basically it's just a internal threaded bolt retainer, and we're going to actually put him on like so. Put him on the bottom. Then you can take and put him up and through there, and it kind of, as you go in there, it'll turn and rotate, and then it goes in and locks in there. You can use a bent washer if you want to. Then you could use the actual plastic knob, and you will be able to take and adjust this and get this to the actual height you want it, and only have to play with one knob, one plastic knob. Now this, in a welding environment, the plastic would not be a good idea. Okay, it would burn up, get too hot, especially if you're welding around in here. It just melt. So basically, if you were in a welding environment, you can do this. You can use the actual nut, and you can 1 wrench as opposed to 2, which is really cool. Now the other thing is okay, well, I wanted to get rid of this predicament so that you didn't get hit in the back of the hand. Well, instead of this being on the bottom, what you can do is you can put it on the top. And what I mean by that is do this right here. Take this off. Put your actual nut on the bottom. Put your bent washer on, like so. Put this through here, like so. Put this on the top now. Pull it down into there, and now you can take and turn it and actually get this. Still having your adjustment, forward and back, what you want. And then your extra threads, once you actually have it adjusted to where you want, you can cut these off and they can get out of your way. And it will look like, let me put this one down, I suppose. This is kind of how it will look. And you'll still be able to have your adjustment forward and back, but when you open this up, that won't crack in the back of the knuckle. And you'll only have 1 wrench. So when this thing burns up, and it will in a welding environment. Now you don't have to have rubber. You can have an actual metal bolt. You can have a carriage bolt. You can have just a threaded rod if you want. But then this portion here is nice and easy on your hand. It doesn't hit you. But you still have your functionality to where you can move it in there and move it out, and also adjust it up and down a fuzz. Your threads are kind of protected from the welding spatter, and you won't get it on the top. You'll always be able to take and loosen the jam nut, and then take your device out and put a new one in, and away it goes. It works on a whole variety of different clamps. This is one that you have actually where it's upside down, and it's real low profile. That really helps out for when you're trying to get your fingers in there, you know, so you don't scratch the top of your fingers right here. They call this a compact series clamp. Vertical, it would also work on a horizontal or a vertical. This is horizontal and a small compact series clamp. The other thing is it'll also work on Carlane clamps. It'll work on Destaco clamps, but this is the real fun one. And we'll get this one out of the way. If you're familiar with a Bessey clamp, it'll also work on a Bessey clamp. And once again, you can do this in 2 ways. You can actually put this on the bottom. And Bessey clamps are kind of unique in the fact that they they automatically adjust. You'd be able to actually put this on here if you want to. You don't have to. And you can put your actual hands-free gizmo on the top. So you can have a little bit of an adjustment there for forward and back. And away you go. Now, on a Bessey clamp, when you go to open it, if you want this portion to go through this apparatus, well then of course you'd put this on the top and then you'd use one jam nut on the bottom. And I'll take that off and show you. And I'll show you that it will go through there. Then washer here. I'm getting good at taking these things off and moving them. And you're going to put your jam nut down on the bottom. Put your bent washer right here. Put him on the top. Like so. Like so. And then basically now you can cut this off if you want. You know, if you want to cut it off, you don't have to. You can leave it on there. It's whatever you want to do. And then also it'll go right through. It'll go right through there and won't hit anything. So I like these things totally gone, because when you, on a Bessey clamp, when you open this up, that really can crack you pretty good right there. I use knobs. Put it there so the knob actually hits my hand as opposed to, but sometimes you have to, you know, get your part out. You got to have your clamp open up all the way through to be able to get your part out. It is an apparatus, but that's what we call an internal threaded bolt retainer. It's one of my little favorite gizmos. I really enjoy it an awful lot, and it works real well. As I said, it comes in these different sizes. We're going to be taking and bringing this to the internet and putting this on our website pretty soon at clampplus.com. If you guys have any questions, definitely give us a call. Let us know what you think. And it sure makes clamps a lot easier. Thanks. Bye.